Today, we are going to talk about optimization. And this week, I wanted to talk to you about optimization because there are many things that you can do to optimize your business. You can start optimizing your activities, your actual activities. Maybe you want to review your lead generation processes. You could have up to 10 or even more ways that you are generating leads. Social media, email marketing, maybe networking and cold emails, cold calls. Other things might be writing articles, blog posts. And when you start looking at how those things are working for you, that's when you can start to optimize them. So if you do outreach activities, or if you have somebody that's doing it for you, you need to know how many people are being contacted. And then how many of those people are actually responding. In the profit acceleration system that we have, we actually look at all those different areas to see how they're doing. And then we make small tweaks in each of the areas to improve them, maybe 2%, maybe 3%, maybe 1%, maybe 5%. We keep working to keep improving our processes so that we are making the most of our time and energy in the right places to generate leads for your business. That's why you want to start tracking things. And it's the unsexy work nobody wants to do. But when you start doing it, it starts to get interesting and exciting. Everything you do in marketing is a test. And if you don't get the data and you don't get the information, then it's going to be difficult for you to make improvements. And so the next thing that you can be optimizing are your processes. So think about the operations of your business. What are you doing? Do you have workflows? Have you documented those workflows? Do you have standard operating procedures? Do you have cheat sheets and templates and repeatable processes and workflows? Do you have all those things documented so that you can repeat them easily, quickly, and consistently in the same way with the same amount of quality? By doing those things, you can streamline your operations and become more efficient, more effective, and more consistent and have smooth operations. It's easier to be in a repeatable system that gives you routine so that you can be on autopilot. You get into a rhythm. You know what you need to do this week and you know when you're going to do things. I like to think of my work almost in power hours. I like that because it helps me make sure I create a power hour for all the different things that I need to do to generate leads and to do the things that I need to do for my business. You know, marketing is such a big part of your business. I hate to break it to you, sisters and brothers out there, but you can't do your business without actually doing marketing. It just doesn't work. So optimizing your process, I like to use the maturity model in Scrum. It's really good. It's works like this. You start by doing the thing. You just do it once. You're basically creating a proof of concept. Okay, I'm going to create this process for doing my podcast episode, right? So I'm going to record it. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to create the little thumbnail image. I'm going to blah, 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 right? You have a little process that you create. And then you start repeating that process. So that's the second phase of maturity is now it's becoming repeatable. You're starting to smooth out the things. It's becoming a repeatable system that you're getting used to. Then you document that because now it's repeatable, it's sticking, you're doing it the same way every time. Now it's worthy of documenting. Once you have it documented, then the next phase, the fourth phase is to start creating policy behind that, because otherwise you end up super frustrated. Nobody follows your procedures and you're wondering why your business is a mess. And it could be you're the only one in it and you're creating a mess because you're not following your own procedures. So creating policy helps you do that. And it solidifies decisions that you've made about that and how you're going to do things, including things like possibly the software you're going to use to do the things, right? And so the fifth thing is to continually optimize that, which means you have a policy in place and you have a procedure in place that whoever is responsible for that area would be the person to review that policy and procedure every year to make sure that it is accurate and up to date and make sure that that SOP is still functioning properly, right? Because sometimes when you're doing things, you deviate because it doesn't really work the way you had it in writing. So now you want to adjust that in writing part so that it is accurate. Then when you hire people, it's so much easier, right? So that's one of the ways that you can start optimizing the operations of your business and help you create rhythm. Every single thing boils down to collecting data and making sure you leave time at the end of the month for collecting data. So that all being said, I want you to take a look at the things that you do to generate leads and some of your processes that you're doing. Write down your processes that you're doing, and then think about those processes and how you're doing them, and then collect data to see if you are getting the results that you want. Like when you're optimizing processes, you want to think about how long it took, how focused you were when you did it, and how easy it was to implement, right? And that's why the standard operating procedure makes it nice, because instead of bumbling around and basically relearning it every single time you do something, you're getting into that rhythm. And now you have a standard operating procedure that helps you maintain the integrity of that particular standard operating procedure so that you continue to do it consistently the same, right? The same way every time. And so look at all the things that you're doing and start thinking about how you can track that data, because that data is really basically all the stuff that you need to generate like a report that you could create for yourself as the CEO of your business. And then when you start hiring people, you can tell them, I want to see this report from you, right? Every month, I want to see this report. I want to know what's going on in my business. This is the report I would like to see. Then they collect the data and then format it into a report for you, so you can get a really good measure of what's going on in your business and how all the things are performing. And the things that aren't performing, you either tweak or get rid of, right? The things that are performing, you tweak to improve on, to maximize it to its biggest potential. Once you have that pretty optimized and you feel comfortable that that's, where you want it to be, then you can start focusing in on some of the more underperforming areas. So here's the last thing I want to tell you. I have an app called the Profit Acceleration Simulator app that you can look at your business from the point of different focus areas, and you can put your numbers in there, and then you can see how you're performing in those areas. And then you can watch those specific areas that you want to focus on and start tracking the increase that you're creating for your business. And then, of course, I have a profit acceleration software that I can do a deep dive into your business and help you do that. It's a really fun way for you to look at your business and start looking at the numbers and seeing how just small tweaks can make a huge difference in your business performance. And if you keep doing that consistently over time, you're going to build your $1 million business. Okay? All right. I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your thoughts are, and what you think about optimization and what things you do in order to optimize the micro parts of your business to create a more optimized overall business. All right. I hope that helps, and I will see you in the comments.